They ask me what I'm coaching, right? I said, bro, I'm coaching life.
We got episode 302, Coach Class Pod. Continue rating, and subscribing. We love the engagement. Just keep tapping in. And if you like our content, make sure you tap that notification bell as well so you can see everything at the top of your algorithm,
Please, and tell a friend and tell a friend. Make sure, like he said, hit that like, comment. That's the easiest way to get us into that algorithm. Share it with your peoples. It's good. It's good watch for a lot of the people that are working. I'm a working person too, man. I like to listen to things. If you're sitting at a desk or if you're moving around in a car or something like that, it's perfect listen for you.
Yeah, and for the most part, definitely over the last several months, you can listen to it in the car with your kids for the most part.
Yeah, we've been cleaning it up, man. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. This has been a thing for us. We've been really focusing on that much more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I realized for me personally, the only way I was going to cut that out is I had to dial back on the drinkage. Because I get the sailor mouth when I get the drinking.
Turning the Stone Cold. What was that movie, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? You Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, yo.
It's not quite that aggressive, but it definitely gets to that point as far as my words.
Yeah.
So I had to watch that. But
Stone Cold used to be 10 beers deep during the match.
Yeah. Drinking a beer in wrestling is crazy, yo. I'd be ready to throw up.
Like he would spit a lot.
But was he drinking it?
No, he would spit a lot of it out, but he was drinking a decent amount. That's why, if you peep certain matches in the past, like he was a little wobbly.
I peeped a lot of them Dark Side of the Ring docs.
You can always see from the walk.
I peeped a lot of them Dark Side of the Ring docs and a lot, like you said, the podcast. Like, what's his name? Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Oh, he has really one like that's
Aaron
really
Bischoff
big.
Got a good
but
one
like,
too.
Who's Kevin Nash with? Who's that?
You get
he's with some. It's some dude. He floats around and does a lot of. I guess he's like a middle guy to a lot of them because I found out he be on several people's podcasts.
Okay.
I remember it was the Undertaker and some other dude. They had one that's good, and somebody was like, "Let's go." I'm so glad to not hear what's the name on here. And I was like, "Oh, he must be the resident dude." There's another dude that y'all might vaguely remember him. If you've seen him, you're like, "Oh yeah, I remember," because he was like a mid-tier dude, but he had some good stuff they wrote for him. Anyway, his name is Maven.
Yes, I remember that.
His joint
His
joint is growing mad fast because he be talking about a lot of stuff behind, and he's good at storytelling.
Gotcha.
It's been blowing. It's really good. I've been hooked, yo. It's
you
really
said
good.
you've been watching. You've been talking to us off the pod about it more than anything. But you've been watching. Like you almost got me.
I got back in the
I'm not
game,
gonna hold you. You almost got me interested in about to watch this.
What certifiably got me back in the game was my lady was like, I'm kind of interested in watching again because she liked the storylines and all that stuff. And once she said she was into it, I said.
So what's the nights? I gotta make sure I get the nights down as far as when to watch it. Is it every night or is it
no? So the
Monday night, Thursday night.
If you're overall wrestling fan, there's AEW, all that other stuff. But if we're just talking WWE,
that's all I'm talking right now.
It's Monday like it always was, and then SmackDown instead of being on Thursday is Friday.
All right. I'm not going to interject in the lane because there's people that's been riding with that for a long time. Yeah, so I respect people.
I will talk about it loosely, but
I'll watch it.
I wouldn't do a whole bunch because I would have to be way more invested, longer. I just been kind of getting back in the fold.
That's like when you seen that clip I played with Stephen A. talking about Vegeta. I hate when people try to interject in things that they don't know nothing about. Like, chill out. You don't have to do that.
What I will say is, The Rock came back. Been turning it up, yo. Turning it up.
But in all honesty,
the Versace shirts.
We was big wrestling fans when we was kids, like dumb big. Like it was
for sure.
Me,
yeah. If you didn't watch wrestling, like you was weird back in the day.
Aunt.
That was like Dragon Ball Z and wrestling.
We had an aunt that was diehard. Didn't we go to a match with her?
Yeah. Shout out Aunt Shirley.
Was that Raw or something like that?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Crazy.
That's tough.
I was super little.
And she was into it because like Jake the Snake and like Bret Hart and all of them was still wrestling. So it was like Gold Dust, random dudes. Like,
well, Gold Dust's little brother is one of the biggest people. He's probably gonna be the next. You know how they set it up for the good dude. He lost last year apparently at WrestleMania, and he looks like he's gonna be the next dude. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy watching like all these years later, and it's like you watch differently now because you know like when it's a kid, when you're real young, you think everything is 100%. Because I don't want to use real or not because they really be getting like they put their bottles through. It's scripted real stuff.
Yeah, like, it's happening though. People is bleeding and breaking stuff. Like people have died on this joint, so I'm it's real.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like real. But it is scripted. But like you watch it now and you have a full understanding, so you watch it differently.
Yeah.
So it's really dope. But The Rock came back with the Versace's and the new intros, and it's going crazy.
That big chicken now.
Yeah. And before we start going crazy on the pod, I wanted to give a big shout out to the homie Durant. We was talking about it pre-pod.
Champagne combos.
Champagne
Cheers.
combos. it's great if you want to see some real think pieces, if you will. Tap in with the homie Durant. It's at Durant Be Fresh, and Fresh is PH instead of a F. But yeah, he just dropped the Champagne Convos gear. I caught both shirts immediately. I was like, I know these are gonna sell out, so I need these because then wear it on the pod.
Represent
it's just
correctly.
that's my man.
I'm mad I missed out. I didn't see the post till late, brother. I would have
Apparently
got
it's
it.
sold out. Yeah, and we want to say this on here, so Durant hear this. Because I said something and Rich said if he think it's happening to him too. For some weird reason, like Durant stuff is not popping up as frequently on our joints as it is with Mike's.
Are you shadow banned, brother?
Yeah,
like, are
they shadow banning us from? It's weird.
What's happening though? Like,
too
I
much
want to see your
positivity,
stuff.
too much greatness, bro. Just keep going.
Because I only
It's
see it,
gonna
like you
happen.
said, I only see it when I
posted,
with Mike's
then
stories.
that's when I go catch it. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, why is it not popping up on my feed often enough, yo? And I'm like, this
And
is-
I'm
this is
liking it
weird.
when I see it on your story because I click on it and then go to it, like the joint, and it's still not coming up. I need that in my algorithm.
They don't
bro.
want too much black man
on,
positivity
man. It's
spreading
gross,
around,
man.
yo. It's
We gonna
gross,
spread it
yo.
around, bro. That's greatness,
Yeah.
dog. That's greatness, dog. Shout out Durant, man. I'm proud of you.
Episode
Mad
Legend 2, he
love.
came through, gave us,
Yeah.
blessed us on one of our early visual
Yeah.
episodes. So
Yeah,
respect.
but
him.
I think he might have been he might have been the second person.
Yeah, I think so. Because who was the? Was it?
Ant was the first. So
Technically, we had the test with Nitty Gritty Nick. We had the test with
that
him.
was test.
yeah.
That wasn't visual. Then we
Yeah.
had just us or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was Ant. Then I think it was him
Yeah,
right after.
I think
Yeah.
that's how it went. It's
And,
been so long though, man.
Yeah.
Like I
And-
said, I'm happy y'all here for the ride, bro.
I wish Instagram would allow you to put like your top 10 people you want to be on your, at least on your stories.
Yeah.
There should be a mode for that.
Yeah.
should be.
So they
I can
won't-
see him doing some crazy stuff with that, dog.
We talking about what he's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him, but I wouldn't divulge anything.
No, he
I'm
been
like,
going
dog,
in. He told me the plans when I seen him at the Ravens
I'm
game.
like, bro,
Salute.
you could really.
It's coming to fruition.
Yeah.
I like it, bro.
I like it.
It's going to definitely take off.
I like
crazy.
it.
I love
It's
it.
definitely going to take off. He's good at it, man.
That's tough.
And you can see like how, we always preach about getting, improving, and constantly. You keep seeing he did this. He did
Yeah.
that. Like, got
See how he changed it
look
now?
a
He
little
changed the
clean.
angle now. He's looking all clean with the fit. He's not really looking at the
Exactly.
camera. He just giving game. And it's
Nice
like,
glasses.
Oh, he switched
Nice
the game up.
champagne
He
glass.
changed the game
My
on
man
him.
got the champagne
Yo,
flute in
I
the
said this
frames.
on the
Let's
episode
go.
when Durant was on here. He gave me some of my best inspiration when I was young. Now, most people may not like this now, but I needed it when I was younger. When he told me I ain't had no neck when I was super little. What? I needed that,
Durant
bro.
always was hilarious,
Always been
yo.
real. Yo. I'm like, I needed that.
And yo, the special thing to see this as a grown man is like, bro, I remember that was like my first friend around the way, yo. Just randomly see him walking up the sidewalk with a basketball.
Yeah.
And he was the only dude with like the roll out basketball going the driveway back then. So I'm like, yo, could we come down there and hoop? My father, like, it's not far from the house. They could see us from the crib if they just come out and look down the street. So
And then his people.
it was all love.
His
yo.
people's the coolest.
Yeah.
Like his
Shout out to
siblings,
family.
the coolest.
Yeah,
like,
shout out
whole
to family.
So,
That's
like,
how we
salute to
was
everybody.
chopping it up.
I love that.
Like probably like towards the like middle school through until of course till he left. Basketball, yo, all that type of stuff, man. And it's we all pretty much the same. You know, we got
Yeah.
wiser with certain things, but we all, and that's when you know, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to see
We
that
reached
because
that
he getting
upper level.
Yeah, I preach that consistency and he getting them 10,000 hours in. That's how we
Yeah.
getting them hours in.
Cooking.
Man. That's why. That's the only way
Cooking.
you're gonna keep getting better. Yeah.
You gotta give us the BTS, bro. I need the behind the scenes of how you make them.
Yeah, the
because you be
champagne.
really champagne combos. Cheers, and then they just go into the flow.
Yeah,
And I was
nigga,
like, yo, nah, yo, where you learn this?
But you gotta think. I would never divulge everything, but you gotta think of his background. Like in public
makes
speaking
sense.
and being able to do that is a gift, bro. He always had the gift of gab. Like Durant, yo, I swear, yo, he was wise when we was kids, yo. Like he always been the same.
good foundation though.
I swear he always been the same.
Well,
yo.
we talk about a lot of the foundations behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's always been the
That's
same.
all I'm saying.
Yo.
He got
Yeah.
great foundation, so I respect.
It's my man,
I
yo.
respect y'all foundation. I respect my
Yeah,
foundation. You know, you gotta
yeah,
respect this.
You
man.
must have a
all love.
steady foundation.
Yeah.
to
Steady
be in the
foundation,
circle
bro.
of trust with us.
I hate to pivot into something so egregious though, but your Justice Jones alert had to be on high, yo. First off, you brought up the doc last week, I think.
shit. Tell me.
But that Quiet on the Set, Dark Side of Kids
I
TV.
seen some of it. I seen enough.
bro.
That's all I'm saying. I've seen enough.
Did you get to that second episode?
No,
That's when it gets
Ooh,
weird.
man.
Well,
So
I don't-
you saw the nasty stuff from the director more than anything.
Okay.
They start getting into the actual pedophiles that they had on set. Like it was like three of
They
them
was like not checking.
that got convicted. Like
And one of the dude straight was
kinda
like
wild,
molesting the dude from he came out with it, but the
Drake
Drake
Bell.
and Josh, like Drake Bell
Yeah, I saw that.
was getting molested by the dude, and they literally, I think he didn't even really, he got like a pad on the wrist. It was people that wrote character letters saying like he wouldn't have did it unless he was provoked. Like I'm like, yo, this like a little boy, bro. What?
I seen some nasty stuff about. It was another parent recently was like talking about.
It was
Dan
sick,
Snyder.
bro.
She was like, it was nasty. She was just basically kind of like defending. Well, he didn't do that. Blah 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 blah. Y'all don't know. I was like, this is nasty.
It's
But
crazy.
that's why people always say, yo, a lot of this stuff was the parents, yo. It's really the parents was allowing a lot.
but you see it though with the
selling their kids.
Some of them black parents was like, nah, what's going
but
on?
The nasty,
if-
with the nasty defense, one of them, the one I'm talking about, was from a black
Yeah,
mom.
it happens like that.
But see,
Nasty, yo.
if now that I
And the
could,
son kind of was like, relax on the low. He was like, if you don't hear nothing from me, it ain't. I was like, so.
but now that we could take a step back and look at it from adult standpoints, that was mad weird, bro. Like a lot of that stuff on there was weird, yo, because it was kids, and it was just like, what? Like, yo,
Well, his
even
idea was
the
weird.
thought of sliming somebody now is like pause. Like what?
The idea of it was weird. He made Saturday Night
Motherfucker-
Live for
yeah,
kids.
he was weird, bro.
essentially, is what he was trying to make.
weird,
But
bro.
you gotta think about it. All right, so when we was really young, we didn't think a whole lot. But even I can speak for myself. When you started getting to them latest teenish ages and even the early 20s, you was like,
Start
yo,
recognizing stuff.
this stuff is mad weird. We've been saying this for a while now.
Nah,
This is
they
wild,
showed an
weird
audition
stuff, yo.
video for Ariana Grande when she was like 13, and
Yeah,
it
be
was
careful.
mad
Be
weird,
careful.
bro.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
No,
I
it
know
wasn't her
what you're talking
fault. I'm
That's
talking
what
about
I'm
the,
saying.
what they
They
was
gotta
doing was
explain it.
Yeah,
nasty.
you gotta be
OD.
careful.
It was
Yeah.
OD.
It was. She was doing. Yeah, it was some stuff that it's
They-
like, why
they
would you?
sick, bro.
Like, it was just weird, dog.
It was very sick,
if
bro.
listen, either you know what we talking about because you seen enough, or you can do your own homework.
Yeah, go do the
There was a
research.
number of
It's
things
out
that
there.
was happening and things with Amanda Bynes, and they had like a bunch of boys with, and then they went to the back. It was a lot of stuff
weird,
happening
bro.
that was mad weird, and it's like, yo, why would an adult write this?
Yeah.
But you know why a creepy adult would write that? Just weird stuff, man. And you just feel for a lot of them because now they've grown, and a lot of people was thinking they was either, even if they was on, some substances and stuff, it's like, oh, they was messed up.
Yeah.
Like, you got to give them
Yeah.
some grace. A lot of jokes would happen and stuff, but it's like, dog, they not just tripping for a bunch of them tripping. Like Orlando, he be wilding, but it's like, dog, he was
Yeah.
messed
You
up.
could
Was
tell.
messed up.
Orlando, whatever happened to my man. That Disney one, like you
Nah,
said,
Yeah, they need to
that's
just-
that one, bro.
Just all the child star stuff in general is mad weird,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah. And it's starting to even make more sense. I hate to jump down this rabbit hole, but like, think about it, yo. No child actor was good. So, like, the specific ones they chose, why, yo? It had to be something weird, yo.
No, this is what I'm-
Because you
I
remember the
didn't even never
Star
think of
Wars, the first Star Wars that they
Anakin Skywalker
remade
was horrendous.
with the Anakin.
Yeah,
that was the worst child actor of
That
all
kid was
time.
horrendous at acting, bro.
You gotta also think about this. I think
It was bad, yo.
It's horrendous.
allegedly, we've had some enough history. I think what they do is because they're predators, so they have like a system of how they get down. They look at the kid, the type of kid, and then I think they look at the family and the family structure and the parents.
Yeah.
And
Weird,
they look
bro.
at they have a system of trying to figuring out which families we can get away with stuff with, probably.
That's usually how predators
that's
work.
how they pick those kids.
You find your prey by watching tendencies. If you got a parent,
scary,
that's how they got
bro.
that one black kid out of there. Because his parent was she was too much of a hawk on him. Remember the one parent was
Yeah.
like, nah, what you talking about? Like, nah, this is not happening to XYZ. She was like, they finally, he was actually mad at his mom for years.
But
'cause
I
he
didn't
didn't
know.
see the
Yeah,
whole,
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole
But
picture.
I do blame the parents, like you said, a lot in a lot of the cases, because like one of the joints was like they was letting their like 15, 16-year-old son go stay at a grown dude crib.
Come on, they be knowing.
Why would that be appropriate in any circumstance, yo?
That's why a lot of stuff was a lot of stuff was happening with Robert.
Yeah.
This
Unless it's like-
this is different from that, but like Mr. R, yeah, I mean, like it was a lot. You check them parents out and stuff like that. They was Given
Yeah, it's not much protecting these kids, man.
It's
It really
crazy.
sucks.
That's scary, bro.
It really sucks out here.
it's disgusting. It's sad.
They even had like ties with Leonardo DiCaprio and them in there. They was trying to make assumptions with that, and based on how the science was working, it kind of sounded like that might work.
First off, it don't matter. Like, that's inappropriate. Like, when we achieve our goals, when it's actors and actresses, regardless of age, I'm not gonna be touching them in like
Well, we know that.
being weird,
we-
like coming up and groping. Like, bro, that's inappropriate
But you gotta
regardless.
understand, that's that Holly weird stuff, man. Like,
Nah,
it's
call a
just-
foul when it's a play. That's
we know that.
Yeah, but they
you
was
just
getting
said.
away with it.
That
They did it.
industry
If
as a
you get
whole-
away with it, you're gonna continue to do it.
Especially if you got money
Especially
and power.
in the power, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yo.
going straight to the head of a predator.
That's how it be going down. There be people be scared to say stuff, or people who really will do anything
For the
like,
bread.
You gotta realize some people really will
They
do
selling
anything
their
for the
kids,
fame and
bro.
bread.
They
yo.
literally selling
will
their
do
kids.
anything. Like people see regular rational people like us. We have too many morals to think that to do anything for. But we'll turn something down. We'll slap somebody. We'll do whatever. Like nah, yo, that's not happening. But there are people that will do anything for either fame and fortune. That's been since forever. Like that's never going to change. Unfortunately, it just is what it is. Like our mind don't process like that. So we be like, how? But it's like, yo, people crazy, yo.
Yeah, sad world.
Definitely dark.
Yeah, well, we got to get to some positivity. Y'all see the Funko setup, so clearly something for our age bracket.
That shit was so hard when that song came on, yo. I almost started crying. Yo, I almost started crying, bro.
Crescendo is crazy.
What?
Yo, they brought it up. Yo, imagine the conductor that was cooking that joint when they first dropped that in the
You
studio.
know he was making
My man
crazy.
said,
Crazy.
How many times they had to run
he was
that
Bradley Cooper on the what's the maestro joint.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. He was
what's-
he was training 6 years to conduct.
back?
Bro,
Classic.
conducting. But nah, how y'all feel about X-Men 97?
I was hyped. I think they're doing it well. I think it's
I was
doing it
impressed,
justice.
yeah.
I like the way the animation looks on it.
Yeah.
The story, as far as where they're taking us right now, has been interesting so far, especially that second episode ending. Like, what? There's a lot going
See,
on.
it wasn't because it was bad. I fell asleep before it because I was up late watching it.
Yeah.
But I saw enough, yo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say surprised, but I was just nervous, yo.
It was scary
I
to
was
think about
nervous.
because there's a lot when they end.
My boy Magnus, yo, I love Magneto, yo. That's my
the
man.
the new look like
He got the
that joint.
long
My
long
man
hair.
gone, so he don't need the helmet
Yeah,
no more.
my man got the Shang Tsung hair now, yo. The
Really
all
out here.
grayed out.
Like-
trying to figure out how to bring us together, but still leaning towards that side. Like, yo, if y'all playing around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an omega threat out here.
You remember the one joint he
I
picked
will
up
set
a
it off.
stadium.
Yeah.
Yo, picked
He's
up a whole
He's the
stadium.
coldest, yo. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was RFK.
I will set off
Yo,
a whole
lifted
stadium in
RFK,
here. It's up to
yo.
y'all. It's
Nah,
up to
yo.
y'all.
That's when I knew it was crazy. He lifted up RFK. Yo. I was like, this is nuts, yo.
Yo, X-Men is amazing, yo. Thank y'all for that on those Saturday mornings as kids.
That's why I
and
like
I love that they played into exactly kind of how it was as far as the vibe, like the story going quick. Like you remember, it was like, yo, you just introduced like 46 characters
They
in one
full
episode.
half-hour episodes now because it's on Netflix.
and keeping it since they do have like the upgrades.
I mean, Disney Plus.
the upgrades in animation
Yeah,
and stuff
Disney
like
Plus.
that, it feels good that they kept it true to how it was. The theme was back then, of just how it looks. It's still upgraded
Yeah.
as far as like how
Yeah.
maybe the background looks, even how their colors and everything look. Like when his claws lit up with
Yeah.
the
Even with
the
that
Gambit
scene,
joint.
because they did a good job with the animation, I wasn't mad. I was sketched out by that scene at first. Like, wait,
Yeah, it was
what
hard.
time- What they doing?
That
yo?
was hard in the show though.
And then in the show when it was live
It
action, I'm
made
like, oh, what?
sense.
And then Cyclops came up and got busy. You remember
No, they
Cyclops
actually
was
made
my
him tough.
mans.
Yeah.
They finally made
That's
him
how he
tough.
was
'Cause, you know,
back in the day. You remember he was the main guy, and it was him, Jean, and Logan that was
But
like
he-
the main ones.
But in the original comic, like I just remember everybody. We wasn't feeling him, yo.
The thing I'm loving
He was
is
half sucker. They made him way more tougher now. Yo.
his
Like,
fighting
I
skills
loved
was
him,
crazy.
yo.
I didn't love him. I don't know anybody.
But you gotta
who really liked him
realize
like
too,
that.
I think now with a lot of my character selections was cause I had a big brother at the time. And it's like if you go into Toys R Us and we get into toys, I can't get the same one as him, so I had to find a favorite, and it happened to be Cyclops, yo. Cause you was gonna get Wolverine, yo.
Wolverine.
Yeah,
He was gonna get Wolverine. So I had to
No
figure
way.
it out.
There's no way I was giving up.
yeah. Me and my
on
brothers lifting in age. our age gap is a little bit different, so I didn't have to worry about so much stuff. I didn't get a ton of what's the names, but I would get first dibs on that. He was into other stuff. Like, by that point, older. Yeah. But y'all, I'm like, y'all.
Yeah, you gotta think
Rich
the Super
definitely had the
Nintendo
dibs.
game. Yeah, Rich had the. That's why I got these weird.
I was player
strange-
one on the games.
Yeah,
I was,
yeah.
I mean,
Now we
it's
did
like-
play the games together.
Yeah.
He had first lead, but I wanted him to have lead on that.
Yeah,
you know?
it's your big brother.
wanted
Like
to
I
have
used to
lead.
ask Rich to beat levels for me. Like, yo, I know you're gonna be able to figure this out, yo.
See, he got Wolverine in the games, but I didn't mind because I wanted Gambit. So we didn't have any. It was no. I would get Wolverine every now and then. He would let me. He was nice
Oh,
enough.
that
'Cause
Super
every now and then he would
NES
Wolverine.
game was fire.
fire.
Yes,
I remember
fire.
that.
Cause it had Nightcrawler.
Yes,
It
I
had
wanted-
Gambit. It had Cyclops.
I chose Gambit or Nightcrawler the majority of the time. So we
It
didn't
had,
have
it
too
had
much
that.
of it.
Who was that girl? She was like a ninja, like with like the. I can't even remember her. Did it have Beast too?
Yeah.
That was a good game,
I
yo.
forgot about that joint.
Yeah.
I was
Shout
like-
out X-Men 97 though. Keep exceeding expectations.
Yeah,
Before we
every
leave it-
Wednesday, man.
Yeah, before we leave it, I was a little like the new animation is give and take because it is. I do like it a little more than I thought, but some of it has taken some of the detail out because it's not by hand. Like so, it's like some of the depth in it, like shadows and little things, are gone. But there's some other stuff that looks really cool about it. So it's like. It's some of it I miss from the old animation, but I understand that some of it from the new animation I really like.
Yeah.
Like when they like all of the stuff with when Storm comes out, be looking crazy, y'all. It be looking crazy.
Yeah, you gotta check that out, man.
Storm is very cool.
Yeah.
Very dope. Because they're like she's like the closest thing to a god out of everybody.
And shout out Mom. I got her a Storm Funko Pop, and that's her favorite superhero.
Yeah, that's been hers for a long time.
Yeah, she got mad like Storm shirts and like
Storm is the
Storm
truth,
Funko.
They
Storm
do
is
it
the
wrong
truth.
in the movies, but
Yeah.
she was cold in the cartoons.
Halle Berry as Storm. I'm still interesting, yo. Like,
To be honest, now looking back at it, those movies were trash, bro.
Not all of them,
like, yo, no, like X-Men. Once X-Men First Class came out, it showed you all that stuff before. Like, yo, y'all was loafing, yo. Like, y'all really could have made a fire movie like this. Like,
The
okay,
originals, the
the
first
original, yeah, okay,
three,
yeah,
I think
get
it
that.
was.
Yeah, they was
Those
kinda,
they was
bad.
trash,
They were
bro.
bad.
Like, I
They were
rewatched.
bad. Yeah, I
like,
had to-
it's one scene where Halle Berry get thrown by a Sabretooth and
Oh,
it looks
and it's
bad. I'm
going
like,
around
this
on
is
the
a
rope. I remember that.
multi-million-dollar production.
I agree with that, yo.
Bad-
What is
Bad
this?
films. Bad films for sure.
Yeah, once they started bringing in older Charles and Magneto and all that type of stuff, the younger ones and all of this, and then bringing in the like, it was crazy. Like Days of Futures Past is still one of the best superheroes.
And even with like
That
that
joint was
first
amazing.
X-Men, like the thing that blew me
First
about
Class,
that,
amazing, yeah.
First Class is a great film. Like,
First
but
Class,
the
Days of
first
Future Past.
X-Men, like,
Those are the two
yo,
best ones.
Those are
the
best
thing
ones.
that blew me with that was like, yo, y'all did too much. Like, they could have literally just had that like the Logan and Sabretooth beef. And then he finally find the universe, like, oh, they come help here and there. They get into their scuffle. And then it could be, it was like wild. It was like, bro, this is trash, bro.
Then they took a step back with the Apocalypse joint, which should have been the
trash.
coldest one, and they ruined it.
Trash,
It was
bro.
so bad.
Nah, the
Horrendous
one that was
film.
worse than
They
that
did
was
Storm
the
horrendous in that.
The only
Storm
parts that was hard, I think, wasn't the scene with
the Jean Grey one was bad too.
Was that the one with Quicksilver was is a slow motion scene in the kitchen and everything?
I think that was First Class.
Yeah, I thought that was
Then maybe,
it.
okay.
It was either Days of Future Past or
So the
First
only
Class.
thing that I liked about it was when he was when Apocalypse had the confrontation with Charles inside the home and joint, and then he grew and got bigger, and then the dialogue in between that, like the monologue and all that. That was like the only scene that I liked.
Y'all know Apocalypse
That's
is
wild.
Moon Knight. That's the same actor, yo.
No, I didn't know that. Okay.
They cast him
it
twice.
is.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
the
same
dude that's in
guy.
Star Wars and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same
You're
dude.
right. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Exactly right. Yep.
That's interesting.
But nah, that X-Men,
It's good. It's really good.
yeah, it's really good. And like with the movies, yo, like give us ground level X-Men movies. Like, yo, y'all could do a lot with those.
Now, for sure.
Yeah.
And Magneto still running down on road. Yeah.
My man had to get down on that thing.
Bro, the sickest part though is like Wolverine's still a dirty man.
He was
yo.
always dirty. I knew as a kid.
Still?
That was the only thing
Charles died, she pregnant and you still hating?
The only
that I
re-
started to recognize. I was like, wait a minute.
I told y'all.
This is starting to become a theme in some of the characters that I
I
like.
told y'all.
And Greg. Wolverine.
The
It's
Dirty
like,
Max.
It's like three. It's like 2 or 3 more that I can think of off
See,
the top
because
of my head.
when we
That's
was
kind of making
kids-
me mad
When we was
That's
kids,
hilarious.
at myself because I'm not a
Yeah,
dirty Mac.
exactly.
I don't like
Nah,
that.
he just
It's nasty.
I just peeped it because he be harping on it, bro. Like, yo, why you hating right now?
You see when he was looking at the baby, yo, he was
Yeah.
tight in the
That's
corner, boy.
Yeah,
You didn't see that. That was the second episode.
see, I felt
think.
it. I felt it about halfway through.
I like that they made him cruddy Wolverine again though. Like
Yeah.
I like that. Whatever you say, bub.
Yeah.
Grumpy, they
Get on
made
my
him
face
grumpy.
right now, bub.
Yo,
I don't want to
the-
hear
the
that.
extra raspy smoker's
Yeah.
voice. yo, 'cause
I'll
he
do what
just-
I want.
He
He'll be-
smokes
My
nonstop.
man smoking a Cuban cigar
Mad
while
cigars.
running to go
Because his
take out the
lungs is
sentinel.
healing as he's smoking it. The lungs is still healing.
Look at Ultimate Lungs.
Ultimate lungs. Oh, you can outsmoke Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
The only reason we,
got
I think I
Snoop
could
Dogg.
kind of speak for us in general when I say this. The only reason we was rooting for him, especially with possibly getting what's the name, Shorty Gene, is because the character overall was so cool.
Yeah.
When you're younger, it'll warp you. As I got older, even when the show was off and everything, I was like, yo, this man was nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah,
Bro.
and the sickest part
jealous
about
animal,
Wolverine,
yo.
the sickest part about Wolverine is like, yo, he one of them guys that get a little bit of attention from a chick and over romanticize the situation.
Now
like,
he in love.
He's
like, bro,
certified
you
lover,
never
yo.
even like was with her, bro. Like you was never with her, bro. Like relax.
She
But that's
lightly
a part of his
raised his hand when they
aggression.
opened
No.
the door. They opened the door together one time, and then he fell in love. Yo,
straight
Wolverine was in love. Man. Wanted to kill Cyclops every moment.
But they be trying to teach you
Over
it's
eggs.
always the super emotionals, yo.
You gotta watch that.
Gotta watch it.
Dun, 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 dun.
But he also just want love. You gotta remember, he was living forever.
Man.
So he just living forever, moving his
And to get his
He had amnesia
adamantium
for
bones was
He
crazy.
had amnesia for a strong portion of like his
Yeah.
life. Like there's a lot going on.
a lot of trauma. Yo.
My man fought in the Civil War,
My
Vietnam,
man been all around.
Afghanistan. He fought everywhere, yo. Every war he was
Got
there, yo.
PTSD, real.
He was in every war.
Oh, his brain don't even get PTSD because his brain can heal too. Damn.
I also hate that Wolverine movie with the samurai in it, yo. Y'all could have did well with that, bro. That could have been such a great movie.
The Wolverine
yo.
movies were really.
You know what
bad.
makes me more mad?
No, the last one was good. when
That was
he
the only
old.
good one. That was
one
the only good
old.
one.
Logan.
What makes me more mad about the samurai joint is because more so than the what's the name one Origins was worse than that one. But I
Oh,
was
that was
more
so
upset
bad.
with that one because
had the
it had
potential.
so much potential
Yes.
to be fire.
And you could
yo.
tell they had the budget because it looked good. It was
So
just like,
bad, yo.
What is this?
what are y'all doing right now, yo? This is Wolverine. Like, yo, you can't play with him, yo.
Yeah.
They need to
have,
remake
like-
that. Honestly, they need to redo it.
Nah, that
'Cause the
Origins might have been
concept is
worse,
crazy,
bro.
yo.
That Origins might have been way worse,
No,
bro.
the Origins was trash.
Because I started thinking about it. Because back then, you know how you leave the movies and you love a character so much, you kind of don't know how to feel. You want to like it so bad because
Yeah,
you love
Wolverine.
Wolverine. It's bad, bro.
Yeah, Origins was like that.
Bad, bro.
I was trying to find
Like,
reasons
yo,
to like
even
it.
the part
Deadpool looked
when-
terrible.
He's like, you know that
Deadpool
scene when
looked
Deadpool
terrible.
killed him in the room? That was kind of cool. It's like you just trying to find reasons to like the movie.
Gang-
And then the
Gambit,
CGI
phony.
was atrocious.
Yeah, Gambit was phony. Like Logan's team, like they killed everybody off in 35 seconds or less. It was just bad, bro.
And salute to
I'm like,
Bishop before we leave out of here real quick, because cold.
Coming in
That's
there.
my man's, bro.
Smoking
You
stuff
saw
with
how
the-
the Sentinel shot his back and he absorbed the energy
Yeah.
and shot
Hit
it
the
back
shit in the
at
back,
him.
yeah.
Come on,
They
he
got
one of the
right.
strongest, bro.
They got right to it, yo. They went straight to the Sentinels
Yeah.
off top, yo. I said,
But it's supposed to be a direct
continuation.
continuation of the. It's,
I love it.
Yeah, it's keeping it because that's where they was at.
yeah.
That's where they was at. I'm excited.
The live action when they did the Sentinels was the Days of Future Past. They did it right because I was nervous. That joint they did it right. So salute to them, man. They getting it right. Hopefully it keep getting better and better and it don't fall off and you just had a good start because I'm pleasantly happy. I won't say surprised, but I'm just happy.
Yeah. Yeah. What villain would y'all want them to bring back if they did?
Well, you got to
Or-
bring back
or,
the big bads now, right?
No,
You gotta think
anybody
like
you could think of
Apocalypse.
from back in the day.
But you see them in the preview,
Preview,
like
yeah.
Sinister.
I would say Sabretooth.
Know who I
guy.
want?
all them guys.
Sabretooth would be hard.
Sabretooth definitely got to come back.
I want Omega Red, yo. You remember the dude that had the little joints that came out? He was on one of the X-Men fighting games,
Yeah.
yo.
Wasn't he from?
And
Russia?
Mr. Sinister. You remember the dude that was like
That's
a
what I said,
vampire?
Mr. Sinister.
Mr. Sinister.
He's definitely coming.
I'm a
back.
big
He's in the
Juggernaut
preview.
person too. I
Oh,
like
he
that.
is?
Yeah, he's in the scene. You can see him.
Possibly my favorite was like Sabretooth and Juggernaut. I always rock
Juggernaut
with
was
them
tough,
heavy.
too.
I always
Yeah.
rock with them real heavy.
Yeah.
I like those.
They can go a lot of it. They can
It's
they
a
can-
lot of
they can
characters,
go crazy
bruh.
with it, yo.
Cool characters, bruh.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
But Invincible, you've been checking that out.
I'm
y'all been on that
all
way
the way
more.
up.
Yeah.
I'm all the way up.
You on it?
I'm all the way up.
I told you it's following the. You like you said, it's following the book.
Well, now I cheated because of you, and now
what's
I know I know everything that's gonna happen.
you got
You know,
bro. Like, you
I
gotta
kinda-
watch it.
Rich
bro.
had me on my deep dives. I was spending hours learning about Invincible because it's really like one of them shows. Like I know when you find the time, it's gonna be like 5 years from now. You gonna be like, yo,
They're so choppy.
This joint really was great, yo.
Y'all know me. It's got to be on a roll for me.
Yeah.
Or else I'm just doing some other shit. I'm getting locked in the. It's just so choppy.
nah, that's what Rich
dog.
said. Like for what they giving us is great content, but they not giving us enough.
Yeah.
You know, like
I still like
give us
it.
episodes. I love
because
it.
it's they can only do it because otherwise it would take a long time. Like this was I think long stories. I think or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. So these things are like different episodes that they'll bring.
What
in.
they need to do.
But I like the way it's the pace at which it's going.
If they go and give us like, what if they did this though? They did like, cause remember the Adam Eve like movie-esque joint?
Yeah.
I think that was a tester. Have your little 5 to 8 episodes or whatever that come out. Then give us like a movie about a character.
That's
you
how
feel me?
Demon
Like,
Slayer does.
and then
Demon Slayer will put a
and then
season
that'll
out,
move you to the next.
Then they put a movie out, which is the next.
They should
arc.
do that.
That's like Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball, same thing. They
It's
can
the,
do
be-
that.
it's the best way to do it, yo.
Yeah,
really-
they
But
need
they
to
not.
do that.
They
It's
gonna-
fire though.
They're gonna be greedy and just keep milking it.
It's still fire though.
Pause.
It's still fire. It was crazy when they shot my man's in the head, yo. I thought they killed yo from the what's the show? The League,
man
yo.
Raji?
Yeah, from the
The
League,
League.
yo. He got clapped, Zay. I'm talking about
Yeah, shot him right in the back of
in
the
the
head.
back of the
man.
head.
That shit was crazy.
Then he woke up and the blood was shooting out, and he killed the villain with the hand that got ripped off, and it was just bone stabbing him. Like,
They be
yo,
ultra violent.
OD.
very
OD.
fire.
I think that's why I like it.
Yo, low key, I want an Invincible Funko Pop. I need Omni Man.
I was
I would
definitely-
buy like their whole character cast.
I was definitely a part of the ones that was reeled in by that first episode when they like, yo,
bro.
what just happened, yo?
That was like the first. That was the
He
first
just
time.
killed
like,
everybody. Like,
that
it
was
was
the
like,
first
yo.
time Superman came and was like, "Yo, I kill everybody."
And it was
in here,
violent,
yo.
yo. It wasn't like normal
the
deaths.
heroes. He chopped one dude head off with just a hand, like
Snap one nigga head
Yeah.
completely backwards. I was
Punching
like,
through
God
people's
damn,
heads.
what is going on?
Like honestly, I don't have a kid yet, but that's one of the shows. Like if he's under 12, like I don't know if I would let him, he or
You can't
she-
watch that.
Yeah.
I don't. I think it's too much.
I don't
that
think
shit
kids
is
can
violent.
watch it. I don't think it's for
That show is
for
violent, my
kids.
bad.
But
Yeah,
you know,
man.
kids will find a way. And
Oh, they
can
gonna
still
watch.
find a way. But that's too much. If I caught him, I'm like, yo,
Yeah, you got chill,
You
bro.
got chill.
This is a
yo.
little too
It's
much.
too much.
But-
yo. It's too much, yo. They
Can
be
we really
wildin'.
say that though? Because like you remember, like even with us as kids, and I'm gonna say it now because I'm a grown man, but I snuck and used to watch like the violent animes when we was
But
kids.
that's what I'm
like,
saying.
You remember the
It has to be
grappler
a
Baki
sneak
was
watch,
crazy when he straight poke somebody in
Oh,
the
yeah,
eye
he
with the
took the-
thumb or
But that's
took
what I'm
the
saying.
nerve
We
cords out
shouldn't
this
have been
man.
watching
made him
that
go
stuff.
blind.
We definitely shouldn't have been watching that.
That
Like,
shit was. I'm sorry, not cuss.
It was good.
That was fire, bro.
It was good.
The first the grappler Baki movie was
Baki's a
crazy.
grappler, man.
My man was in there.
Incredible.
It was a guy, Zay. He could
I
like.
think Dad watched that with us, Will.
Yeah, Dad secretly liked it. I think anything he liked, yeah, we just.
But
gonna
it
let this
wasn't
slide.
as now the graphics are much better.
Yeah,
that's
everything
where
is
it goes
crazy
a little
now.
crazy now. Like,
Everything
just
is
how
crazy now.
animation looks now. How they people die in this every episode.
Yeah.
Violently, like it's a violent death in every episode. Somebody's
Yeah.
spine get ripped out,
Or-
somebody's head get
Or
chopped
it'd
off.
be like some big alien with
Mortal
like
Kombat
a hammer,
fatality
Zay,
level
and just
joints.
really hit somebody in the head with like you remember the joint Shao Kahn used to carry. They'll have it full contact
and they'll show
somebody
the
head
contact.
on this show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you'll see them stumbling around like
yeah, bones
like,
just
oh.
disintegrate, blood
Wow.
shooting everywhere.
Not to go off too much, but you brought it up. I'm gonna go on a slight tangent. I just wish a really good director would do a live action Mortal Kombat.
That would be
Cause
fire.
yo, you can make a Mortal Kombat movie
You could.
really, really
You could.
good, yo. Like
that new one was.
No,
I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm talking about you can
where
make
they fumble
amazing
it's where they put like that random character.
Yeah, that random
like,
character. Was
why
trash.
wouldn't it
We
not
did
be
need
about
him.
Liu
They
Kang
should have had
or
Liu Kang in that movie.
or somebody that we just rock with?
Like, remember what, like, so the Batman movies started off good, and then they started getting a little cheesy and stuff after a while. And then what happened? They got freaking Chris Nolan to do a Batman.
I see what you're saying.
And then you was just like, whoa, like you just look at it in a whole nother, like it should have won the Oscar for best film. They won the other stuff, but it should have, and then they had to, because of it, they actually changed the Oscars from 5 movies to 10 to be able to include, like, that's why like Barbie was in there this year and all of that type of stuff. And like, they had to give it, like, it changed the game. That's what I'm saying. If you get like somebody who's like phenomenal, no disrespect to anybody who's did it, but I'm talking about like they really
all
took
disrespect.
That's off pod stuff. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you could really make that joint
go
because
crazy.
I see what you're saying, though.
It's so
I
many
see. I
stories,
definitely see
yeah.
what you're saying with that. Cause
And don't try to add a million characters.
Yeah.
Simplify it a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell a real arc and bring in some key characters, like tone it down. And then if it's so good, you might get 3 movies and then you start introducing people. They be trying to throw everybody in the
That's
joints,
the Oppenheimer effect, yo. You gonna make the practical effects Mortal Kombat movie, yo?
That'd be crazy.
No CGI. They just gonna be in there really
Hand-to-hand
scrapping.
combat
Yeah,
first.
my man Liu Kang.
yo,
Finish
into
him.
it, yo. Rip
Man,
their
just
heads
straight-
off with real
Break somebody neck. Just
With practical
regular
effects.
neck break. Damn. Dun.
Yeah, that was classical, bro.
No, it was hard, yo. I ain't gonna lie, yo. A weird confession now that you got me in my Mortal Kombat bag, yo. That second Mortal Kombat, I don't know what type of genre of music that was, but I liked every song going there.
See, you like it because it sounds like
rave
it's,
techno joint. Yeah.
it sound like the one.
The rave techno joint.
That's what it be sounding
The
like.
one had me on the rock songs early. Man said, something wrong with me.
Legendary me. That joint was hard.
He was going crazy. They'll say,
Yo,
"Boy, something's
It
wrong with
gets
me."
no more epic than that. You got Epic Rock, Jason Statham, Delroy Lindo, and Jet Li, nigga. Like, that is some epic 4 things that you can have, bro.
And you remember at that time, everybody was trying to follow up the Matrix.
Yes.
But they had that scene when he was in the jail and popped out the vent.
Yeah.
He picked the dude up, put him in front of the bullets, threw him, kicked somebody through the air.
Yeah, he was going
chopped
crazy.
like 3
The
people.
stop
He was
time
like,
in that was
"Oh."
wild,
Yo,
yo.
Gert, I remember Gert. You remember this. We went to go see that together.
Yeah.
Yo, we saw that movie probably 4 times in the theater.
Niggas come home and try to start practicing stuff with pillows. Like, when they get home from that joint, yo, like, I swear I know Kung Fu now.
Bodies hit the floor.
I might have to get on a late 90s, early 2000, like that whole type genre, yo.
Bro, it was
It was
fire.
amazing, yo.
It was fire.
It was a special time period.
One thing to piggyback off of what you were saying about Mortal Kombat, the animated ones have been pretty good.
Yeah, they have been great.
The animated ones.
I didn't like that new Johnny Cage
No, that was
one.
trash. That was
yeah,
bad.
it was like a comedy.
The first 2
It
were
was
really
a comedy,
good.
like,
Yeah, I wasn't
what is
good
going
with that.
on? Like,
And it was
we
a
just
totally
had
new
Scorpion's
Johnny Cage.
Revenge. We had the joint about that was blind, that was
Yeah,
fire. It
that
was
was
like,
good.
come on, yo. Give us some good stuff.
Yeah, they messed up with that one. Even the one where it got a little crazy though with the entity that that Liu Kang was fighting at the end. He turned
Yeah,
into
that was a
big
little out of
dragon.
pocket.
I was like,
yeah,
all right,
it was
this
out of
is-
pocket. Yeah, that's honestly.
He killed Shao Kahn and all that
Somebody,
in that one. It was
somebody
mad good.
always falls off the block on the Mortal Kombat movie.
They could have just ended it after
like,
he beat
yo,
him.
and
I was
you
like,
gotta
yo,
think
why do
about-
we have to see that?
With the Mortal Kombat movie, the second one, Annihilation.
Yeah.
Why not just Shao Kahn and Liu Kang fight it out, yo? Like the animality.
The
joint
animality
was too
was
much. Who
disgusting.
thought of the animality?
You're
He went
animality.
to
You're animality.
the Night Wolf or whatever his name was for like 30 seconds. He was like, "You got to focus on your animality."
He threw
Your
an axe at him
animality.
and knocked him
Your
out in the snow,
animality.
yo, and then he was just
Yeah.
kept saying animality. Like
Yeah,
that.
your animality. He was on his Dr. Umar. That's where Dr. Umar learned his tactics.
You gotta see
Your
times.
animality.
You gotta press
your
the instinct to
animality.
follow.
drive
yo.
home,
You're
yo, the
animality,
fact
yo.
of animality.
And
bro.
then like, yo, with the, I feel like, is it a room where people were like behind the scenes on films, like at the end, they like, yo, they fighting on this epic stage, which was like the steps that was on the actual video game on the Mortal Kombat, where Shao Kahn was at the top of it or whatever. Why would he turn into a 3-headed monster and then Liu Kang turning into like Godzilla?
It's bad.
Whose idea was that?
That was his animality, bro.
But whose idea was that? Like,
was his
somebody should have been like, "Yo,
analogy,
scrap that. Yo, we could save more money and have a more
had way
effective
more
film."
combat
Like,
fights, so we don't need to
Yeah,
see
they
that.
just want to see the characters fight, low key. Like that's all they
It
want to
was
see.
horrendous looking, and when you look at it now, it looks even
It
worse.
was really
It's like,
bad.
Whoa.
Yeah, my man had the baldy. He took the head, the joint off,
Three
and
cones
it
come
went
up
in the
out the
three
head.
cones.
I was like, oh, this is trash.
Wild trash, bro. It stinks. It stinks. I am excited about something that's that you kind of loved and we loved, something that's spawning from that film, The Batman. They finally announced the Penguin is going to be coming on HBO Max. They had the teaser commercial earlier this week.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that.
I'm excited.
I like Penguin in that movie.
I really think they're going to give us
was a
that
cold
crime
Penguin,
drama.
yo.
That crime drama.
Is it still Buddy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Colin
it's
Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
I wish they could bring what was the main villain in The Batman? What was his name again? Falcone. They need to
he
have
outta
like
here
old
now.
school Falcone and Penguin stories though, like when they was really in the streets.
Yeah, because it's not a prequel, right? It's
It might have some
after.
flashbacks.
But I want
after, yeah.
flashbacks. Yeah,
It
I
might
want
have
flashbacks.
Nah, he
so-
killed that. What's that?
Yeah,
Is
Falcone
that
killed
Paul
that.
Giamatti? What's the dude? No,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
guy
wanna get the
killed
name wrong.
Falcone.
He's an
He
excellent
was
actor.
fire.
Yo, I didn't know he could kill a
Yeah.
gangster like that. He
Yeah,
played
when
gangster
Catwoman came in
very
that clap and he just
Nah,
got
not Giamatti. Okay, let me find
well. He killed that. You're right. But no, I'm hyped about that. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, the Penguin is gonna be. I just hope they don't like how they did the Winston show. Like the Continental was trash.
yeah, I heard
Yeah, I didn't
Like
get
the
into
first
it.
episode was
heard
like,
it.
yo, it's fire. So you know me, now you got me on my deep dive bag. It was 3 different directors for 3 episodes. And all the directors were different. They rushed characters. Like it didn't give you no insight outside of John Wick and not John Wick, Winston and Lance Reddick's character.
Okay.
You know, like that it just give you when they first met.
Gotcha.
Pretty much. Outside of that, it's just random.
Yeah, John Turturro.
Okay.
John
That's what it
Turturro,
was.
yeah.
He
been in mad fire
He's
though.
he's an excellent actor.
He's a great. actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man was in Do the Right Thing, yo.
Yeah. Spike, I told you. Spike
Yeah,
got his list.
the hater at the pizza place.
Didn't he play the butler in this movie with Adam Sandler? I keep remembering.
Oh
that
yeah,
he had
Mr.
the-
Deeds.
Mr. Deeds.
And he was he was
hilarious.
really the real
And he
heir
had
to
the
the throne.
frostbite on his feet, yo. I was crying, yo.
I was very gentle.
Yo. Nah, he's legendary.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
he's been in mad,
around.
Mad films.
Yeah.
Like you
Amazing.
said, you go back to Do the Right Thing all the way up to the Batman from what was
Yeah.
that, about 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
now?
that's hard.
So many roles in between, yo.
Yeah, that's just the range that we're
Yeah.
going through. The time span. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Y'all listen to anything this week?
Yes.
I got one gem that I want to give y'all for this week. And I did my research on him and I didn't know he was from, because you know I like Mike, Earl, Sweatshirt, like all the dudes that be like still trying to like rap in like the vintage Wu-Tang New York-esque bag,
my
if
boom
you
bap
will.
sounding, right?
Yeah, I like
Boom
that a
bap.
lot. I like that a
that's a
lot.
good one.
It's a guy named Chuck Strangers, and he actually was featured multiple times on Joey Badass 1999 album. Remember when that came out? Like that mixtape was
yeah.
fire, yo. That like had a resurgence.
That took him places.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
called Forsaken Lover's Plea. And it's a guy, Chuck Strangers, out of New York. It's fire, bro. Like everything sound like Static Selector or The Alchemist made it. And come to find out, he produced a lot of those beats.
Okay.
So like he produces, raps. You saw the video I showed you where it's like he has a
interesting
video
concept.
for that album. I mean that one of the songs on there, and it's like the video is like him sitting at a karaoke, like drinking, and it's like an Asian dude like rapping his verse. Then somebody takes the mic from him. Then it's like just random people at a karaoke rapping his verse while he's watching his song. It's a dope.
It's nice.
I'll check
concept.
it out.
It was very cool.
It's kinda cool, man.
It was very cool.
I respect it.
Yeah, definitely tap into that
creativity.
Forsaken
with it.
Lover's Plea if y'all get a chance. So
He's good. You showed me the video before the pod. I like it. I see what you're saying though. The boom bap definitely gives you the 1999 feel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me personally, I listened to some of the Metro Future joint. I didn't listen
Yeah.
to the whole thing yet, but I still been stuck on Blue Lips from school.
oh yeah. I listened to the track with Kendrick from
yeah, I learned
Future
that.
and Metro's
I
joint.
did it. I heard that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I listened to
You know,
this.
I'm a J. Cole fan, so I heard it.
Yeah.
He said,
I'm not worried though.
Kendrick just come out throwing shots and just leave. And
I'm
then
not
go
worried
back and
about
drop
it.
a legendary
That's the
album.
problem. It's like if you're gonna be in the field, then it's different. But if you're gonna like just disappear again, then it just does, because you've done it too many times,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna mean as much.
And we're not gonna act like my son Cole hasn't been smoking.
He's been smoking
every
it.
single thing that he's touched.
He's been smoked because he's been in the field. But what I will say
I
is,
feel like none of them should like clash with each other because if you think about it, they all nice, but they all different, yo.
And I'm gonna be the first. I didn't like the beat.
what?
I didn't like the beat to that song.
Oh, no, I like that because I like the
didn't
sample.
like it.
I like the original sample.
I didn't like what they did with that sample. I did
I
not
liked
like
it.
it.
I liked it.
He didn't like. I don't think you like that extra
just hating.
horn that's in the background.
I'm just hating 'cause I'm a Cole fan.
You talking about the dun, 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 dun. You talking about that horn?
Yeah, that joint hard.
Oh, I'm about to say that's cold.
But Rich didn't like.
So I like the
I guess
original
the like 3
Something
6
about it.
chopped that.
I gotta
back
try
in the
to
day.
listen
So
to
it's
it
like
again.
well,
a lot of
technically,
the
it
3
wasn't
6
three.
samples.
It wasn't 3
I
6,
only
don't
listened
think.
once.
It technically
so
is.
I will say that listen that I
They
don't
did another
like.
group. I think kind of. That's a whole nother thing. It's
Was
Juicy
it? No, I think Rod
Because it's on a,
was that.
because I don't think it's a 3-6 album. It's like another, if I'm not mistaken, it's another faction of. But that's a whole nother. I don't want to get too deep into that. I gotta look back into it because I actually was listening to that whole album like maybe a year ago. But yeah, what I will give Kendrick is this: for a person who's not considered active and constantly rapping, and you talking about honing the craft. To come out of nowhere, the verse is crazy. Or for somebody
always been
not
super duper
active
nice,
like
though.
that. Like
I said, at
but
this
that's
point,
what
I'm
make
not
people
shocked.
mad. It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
yo,
not
what
shocked.
happens if you just constantly active? How what can you really like do if you constantly active? Because
No, my
that
theory.
he was going, because when you start looking at when the breakdowns happen and you start really thinking about the verse was wild, yo.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't get it, you might think, oh, it's good. Like no, the verse is wild, yo.
I think with Kendrick, like maybe he found out like a lot of the stuff you have to do to be on that level is not things he wants to do all the time. Like that's what I think, because I'm like, he's proven like, yo, he's mad nice, yo. Like I used to discredit him because of this, his laws in between stuff and like not being there, but like every time he shows up, I've never not seen him show up.
It's the sneak this and no. Like
Yeah.
this is what people were saying about Drake for a long time. Like they be like, because I think one of the people that brought, I think it might have been Kanye. He was like, when Drake diss you, only you will know. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times, like a lot of the stuff that people was thinking was from Her Loss and the last few albums, they was thinking it was a lot about Kanye. Some of it a little bit, but like come to find out, a lot of it was about like Future, and he was taking jabs at like Kendrick here and there. Like I was catching some of the Kendrick stuff though. To me, that was a little more obvious stuff. And then Drake and then Cole kind of like teaming up was kind of like interesting to me. And then I think Cole kind of caught some strays, just being you know,
the big 3 John.
Yeah, I think he caught some strays just cause.
Makes sense.
And this is like, but if you're gonna be in it, then kind of get in it. Don't drop it. What's the name? And then disappear, yo. Really get out here, yeah. I mean, because they out here working constantly, yo. Like,
and Mr. Morale in the Big Step was crazy. So like, yo, why
wanna-
not have J Rock and you and Ab-Soul and start
I
cooking?
want to hear
here?
a not necessarily happier.
They said
but-
they never doing Black Hippies again.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
I
They're
heard
not?
Schoolboy
That's a
Q
wrap.
say that too.
Well, can they get features from each other at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that. Get a couple features from the guys, bro.
But yeah, that album so far is cool. I gotta really listen to it again because you got people saying they love it, you got people saying hate it. And I was like, dog, the album hadn't been out 24 hours at the point. I'm
Oh,
like, you
yeah,
gotta let
I
it.
can't say that.
Because there are some bangers on there. There's some songs I'm like, I'm not sure. So it's like I gotta give it some more listens. But it's cool.
I haven't finished yet either.
I listened to like 5 songs. You know that lane is just like
It's not for me either now.
it's like
kinda
yo,
grew on
that
me.
lane has been going for so long. But I
all
guess
things
I'm it's not been my preference. So it's like
It's Future. That's his lane. So
yeah, it is. He
can do
created
whatever
that.
he
He
wants.
do sound good.
He got
Don't get me wrong.
he can do whatever he
Sounds
want to
good.
do. There's like it's
No, it's one on that that's really fire though. I just don't know the name of it because I was like just cleaning the crib and it came on yesterday and I'm like, oh yeah, this.
it's a good. I like the last album better because he did more. It was more diversity in it. It was a little more like some people want. There's a faction of people that's like it was okay because they wanted like what this new kind of album is, kind of just beat you over the head with that type of joint. But the last one got well received because it was a lot of value. Like that's like what's the joint with I won't get too deep, but there's a couple albums where he showed a lot of stuff, and then people love the R&B Future. When Future
Yeah,
do
I love
R&B
that.
Future,
I
he's
do love that.
fantastic.
Does he get in
But
that
I feel
bag?
like
He has a couple songs on there where he gets
I
in
gotta
that
get
bag,
to
and
that. I
they
didn't
really
get to that
good.
bag yet.
Like
I gotta get to
R&B
that.
blues is Future. That's like the best Future. You know, like that's why my number one song I think last year was Love You Better. Love that. When
Oh,
Future,
yeah, that song
when
is
Future
really
go
good.
into that
Yeah, that
bag,
song, yeah,
he's
he really
different,
fire,
yo.
yeah.
But that's why the album, it was like basically the album was majority R&B. That's like it's like a lot of people's favorite Future. I can't right off the top of my head. Think it's the
You know which
it's like
one
black
was
and
the
white.
when I think of him singing is the Turn on the Lights. So that was one
I'm
of my
looking
favorite
for-
joints. Yo, that was my
I'm looking
joint back in the day. Yo.
Because that
Crazy.
was a
was
trap
big on
R&B
yo like
kind of.
that.
Yo, that was crazy, bro. Turn on the lights.
I never was big on yo like that, yo. I did like.
Nah,
that
you
one
haven't.
that-
You've never been a
Yeah, I've
big
never been
Future
big.
guy.
My favorite 2 songs was 56 Nights and then the
Oh,
Perky's Calling joint, yo. Just cause like the vibe on that was like, but I'm like outside of that it wasn't.
Nah,
'Cause, like, I ain't
Madness.
gonna
March
lie,
Madness.
March Madness is
I ain't gonna lie,
crazy.
I feel like a lot of
March
people.
Madness is
It
crazy.
still goes hard to
It got
this
Johnny
day.
Mansell
It
kicked out
never
the
goes.
league.
It never stops. It's
It's
incredible
ultimate,
song.
He probably makes so much money.
I'm gonna probably get killed for this.
always
but
gonna be
You don't
money
like
off that
March
shit.
Madness?
I feel like
Dirty soda in
to
the
me,
styrofoam.
I don't want to take away from their project, but I feel like 21 Savage is way better than him. Like
Nah, I'm not.
to
doing
me,
that. I'm not even doing it.
to me.
I'm not- Mike,
This album
respect.
this album was better than the 21 Savage most recent album was better than this Future joint. I
agree
came
with
out.
It might be. I'm not disagreeing with that.
That
but-
shit is
but he's not
way
better than
more
Future.
fire.
Nobody in
To
Atlanta.
me, I like
nobody
him
in
more.
Atlanta would ever say
I like
that.
him more. I like him more.
That's why they be like in Atlanta. He's the Jay-Z of it. Like you can't.
He ushered.
Nah,
in.
he's different.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
not really
that's
into
what it
him
is.
like
He's
that.
different.
He's one of them.
And
like,
it's no disrespect. I just know he never really stuck with
But
me like
I-
that.
21
pillars,
Savage wouldn't say he's better than Future.
Nah, he wasn't. He gave him nothing but respect, but like I
He
feel like
wouldn't
he
say
is,
that,
yo.
He's not. I don't like
21
This
Savage
last
been doing
album,
some
I
crazy
like
stuff.
21, but 21 could get too mono.
But
for
you
me
got to
sometimes.
think like
I be
with
God
21
dang.
for me like with trap music, right? Like the joint with him and Drake was fired. Then the follow up with this album was crazy, and he hasn't really missed on nothing.
But the
like,
joint with Drake, he was barely on it, yo. So I can't even like.
he had verses
It's
on
a
there.
Drake. It's a Drake album with him featured.
He had verses on there, yo.
I like it.
Yeah, he was featured on it.
But he
It
was
wasn't a
smoking
Drake
his
album.
verses.
I love the
bro.
album, but
yeah, he was
featured
smoking
on
his
it. He was
verses, yo.
featured on the album.
He was keeping up on
My
his
favorite
verses.
joint. My favorite joint was him and Metro. The first, not the joint where it looked like a Cash Money cover, yo.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
joint
yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah.
The new one, I liked it, but I for some reason I haven't like it just didn't grab me crazy, so I haven't been going back to it. And then other like Blue Lips came out, and that kind of and
Yeah.
the Ye album came out. There's a few things that came out, and I was just like,
21 Savage album was really good. Yo. It was.
the
really,
what's the
really
name?
good.
That Red Room, that joint, that joint.
Yeah, it's joints on here. It's actually joints on
Yeah.
here. It's a lot of them.
And like even the R&B features, like they crazy. Like it's only 2 songs, but they hits.
Nah, he dope. He's dope.
Certified.
Pescatarian, buddy.
Fire.
About to be.
Yeah, but I'm here to clarify he's not Future. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and no disrespect to
think it's
Future
a preference.
fans. I'm just not a Future
It's a
fan.
preference, but he also ate Future.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm
being
not a
honest.
Future fan.
That's a
Yeah,
kind
that's
of a
that's
whistle.
on me.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of him like that.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
Future's
it is.
bag is deeper, yo. He's got a deeper bag. Like he gave. That's why he's in a. He became a. That's
Yeah,
why he
he
became a
could do
Mount
a singing
Rushmore artist
stuff.
after a while. Because he really been doing like the first album, like the first the first official like DS2 was crazy. It's crazy. People still play songs from that album to this day.
Yeah.
it had mad hits
I was
on
in.
it, yo.
I think that was Made in America time too. He was going
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I was
yeah.
down there in Made in
Yeah.
America. He was.
That was after Tony
even
Montana and all
even
that
more
stuff.
horrible thing about me. I never even understood the hype behind March Madness like that. Like I tried. Like I don't. It didn't do it
That's
for me,
next
yo.
level, bro. You next
Yeah.
level.
I
with
don't
that.
know. I don't know.
I've never heard.
No,
that.
everybody talks
never
about it like it's the
heard it.
greatest song ever. I'm
Song
like,
is fire.
I
It's
don't,
amazing. That's why.
I think Wicked was Wicked on that too.
It's not
yo?
even that
Oh
good
no,
of
it was
a
on Purple
beat.
Rain after that.
I don't like that. John.
Nah, like
it might
I
just-
think the
just
little
don't
thing
like
in the
it.
background, the
You wasn't a
where it's
club
like,
guy.
I'm like,
Mike's not a
that's
club
not-
guy.
I wasn't a club dude,
But you went to the club and you heard March
And
Madness.
college
in the,
probably as well.
In a party, you heard that shit.
It's
Something-
just
college,
not
bro.
that good.
It's
to me.
different.
That shit was
It hits
crazy.
different with
Was
the
that college?
sound
I think
in
that was
in
college, the end of
schools or
college.
wherever you was at. I don't know
Let me
where
see,
you
let
were.
me see,
I
let me
remember
see.
hearing it places.
I know
and it
it'll
was
make everybody hate
astounding.
me, but I never really liked that song like that.
It's amazing.
That's the 30
We can close it out. Yeah, we can close it out with that. That's I never knew that.
It
I'm
literally,
like, I
it
don't
literally
even
got
like this
Johnny
song.
Manziel kicked
That's
out the
like
league.
it's like one of his best songs to me. I think
I don't even like that song, yo.
it's crazy.
But what I did also catch, and I'm about halfway through the album. I wish I would have finished it. TDE, if it take you, I don't want to see all these 5-year things, but if 5 years is what it takes to make amazing stuff, I'm not gonna be super mad. That Sir album is really good.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
it's
about
out?
halfway through. Yes,
It's out?
I didn't know it was out.
Really good. It's-
Damn.
Nah, he fired.
far.
Y'all put me on.
Oh no, I gotta get on that. I didn't know.
I
it
mean,
was
I
out.
don't expect anything else but greatness from people.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
my
though.
dog right there. I gotta get on that.
Yeah, man. Like,
Oh, heavy. Okay.
and he take you on different like. he got different little like types of. I don't want to ruin it because I want y'all
16
to.
joints.
Yeah, yo.
You got Anderson .Paak on here, Ab-Soul, Ty Dolla on one of these joints.
Ty been shaking off.
I heard Karma.
See, Mike didn't like Ty at first.
I didn't.
That's
I
until I
didn't.
introduced him to that
I didn't.
free TC joint, I think it was.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Miracle joint.
Yo, you know I like the emotional tracks like that, yo.
I used to play that song all the time too, though.
It's a miracle.
Especially when he's singing in
I
the
want
prison.
him and I need him
Songs,
because they
man.
like literally they should just form a group for like 3 albums. Him and Daniel from like just Division in general, like because that shit, like that's one of the best R&B albums in the last 10 years. Like they need to do another one, but it just didn't get all of the like. It's one of those joints. If you know, you know. Like that's the definition of if you know, you know. But I feel like it wasn't as commercially successful enough for them to probably go back to it. But I'm like, that joint was amazing.
Oh, you talking about the him and the
And Division.
Oh yeah.
Cheers to the
Yo,
best
you
memories.
you put me on.
They need another album, dog.
That's
It
a
was too
player.
good,
That,
yo.
yo.
And then they took you to the.
You know what I'm saying? I can't even sing the song. He
Don't you
said,
say it
God
rude?
made bad rude. God made bad women rude.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that joint fire, yo.
Then they had
Ty
the
Dolla.
Mexican
Girls
right
like
there.
you
About to do the salsa.
always got a bad
Forgive
attitude.
me, people.
I'm like, yo, he's going crazy.
The interludes, everything was crazy. I'm like, yeah, they needed to redo it. But yeah, the Sir album, really good. Me and my lady was talking. She was like, that might be in the contract. Because I was like, this is a 5-year gap, right? So if you look at it, right? Kendrick was a 5-year gap before his album came out. And of course, that was his last album on TDE. SZA, I think, was about a 5-year gap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It's multi-years, because I checked Schoolboy. I tried to go
Schoolboy's
back
5
multiple.
years.
It was 5 between the last one.
Sir is 5 years as well.
But there were, it was like he had like 2 in the one before that, 3 before that one. It was I think it's just sporadic.
But
I don't know. If it's a
all of their last albums were like 5 years on the dot.
It could be
It's
their last
interesting.
joint.
It's just real interesting how I'm like
That last Hoorah.
because I had to look at them. I was the only one that SZA. I'm not sure if hers is 5 or 6, but if hers is 5 as well, they're all 5 years apart, which is weird. Now I gotta look at J Rock. What was his last album? Because I'm like, if his is 5 as well, dog.
Redemption was like 2019. Because that was the same year that Nipsey
If it
Hussle
comes
dropped
out,
Victory
it's
Lap.
5 years.
Yeah, that's the same time Nip dropped Victory Lap. Like because I remember we was arguing. Shout out Ant, and we was arguing like a Redemption, Victory Lap, and it was like, yeah, they both were like really really great. They was top albums that year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had. I didn't really have much.
Oh yeah, we always gotta say rest in peace to Big Reese. Thank y'all. Episode 302.
Yeah. Oh, and stop hating on Bron and JJ doing their thing.